Hello everybody, it's me Pierre here, me being a hella Canadian right now and drinking literal Coca-Cola out of this, with ice in it. It's great. With the peanut butter sandwich on my desk. I slept for like 16 hours, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. This might be just out of the blue of a video I'm gonna make, but I just wanted to make it and share my thoughts on it. Even though I don't have the VR headset here. But what I've heard from YouTubers, it's a good experience. I'm gonna say the headset in a second, but what I hear from YouTubers, VR YouTubers like MRTV and whatnot, it's a good experience. The psvr2, I heard it's a good experience on PC. And even MRTV said it comes close to G2 in visual quality, but also giving you index level of FOV, even better than the index in FOV. So, and you also get 120 Hz and it's OLED. It sounds like literally the dream headset I wanted, especially because it gets close to G2 visual quality, right? Other than the Mura that happens, which I can get used to, which wouldn't bother me. But it's not the headset I want to talk about itself. I want to talk about the PlayStation fanboys that kind of annoyed the fuck out of me about it. Now, I actually am a big fan of the PSVR2. I like it. I like what it's doing. And I was one of the people that defended its price personally because I thought it was a good price for what it was offering compared to like the HP Reverb G2, which it was around the same price of, and it had very similar specs, but better in some areas, like the bigger FOV, and like the 120 Hz OLED, and also you're getting eye tracking, so technically it was, in theory, better than the G2, other than audio and microphone. So like, the only thing I could see right now that the G2 is better in, over the PSVR, at least even, the PSVR2 specifically, I should use one before I say what I want to say about it. I should definitely get one, and I'm planning on getting a PSVR2 for my replacement over my G2 because of the G2 dying soon, and then I'm gonna use the PSVR with like index controllers. It's better than the G2 in literally almost every way. I'm not a fan of Halo head straps, but they never bothered me. I could definitely get used to them again. And I could attach headphones to the sides, or I just use my headphones with the PSVR2. That doesn't bother me as long as my headphones don't slide around a lot. It won't bother me much. Which I'll probably just buy headphones that will go on the sides. I am going blurry. Usually I would talk about this stuff in VR chat, but I'm not in VR chat today because I just woke up. I don't feel good. I feel like I slept for like a millennia. So I wasn't feeling good yesterday, and I still don't feel good. So the PSVR2 is a very good headset, and I think I'm going to get it for PCVR. I'm getting off topic again. Why am I annoyed with the PlayStation fanboys? They said that PSVR coming to PC is going to be detrimental, and I watched a person, I think that's what they said, detrimental, or, you know, a disaster, which I think is the better word. They said it was going to be a disaster. It's going to be bad for the PlayStation brand. I think this is going to be great for Sony, and it's going to be great for those who want to get into VR for a cheaper price, because I think it's like $700 right now. It might not be anymore by the time this video goes up, but it's like the $700 VR headset, and that's Canadian, by the way. So my American friends out there, I think it's like $300, $400 there in America. And they one of the people that I watched, and I was going to make a video on it, but I didn't. It's similar to a Dead by Daylight video I was going to make about Five Nights at Freddy's, but the person was obviously rage baiting, so I didn't decide to upload the video because I just realized that they're definitely just rage baiting. They're not being serious, so I just didn't bother doing a video on them. But there was a YouTuber I did want to make a video on because he wasn't rage baiting and he was being fucking serious. He thinks VR is only built around sim racing or flight sims. And he loves Gran Turismo VR, which is fine. Gran Turismo is cool in VR, but he was saying that bringing PSVR to PC is going to be terrible because you don't have Gran Turismo as a sim racer. Now, if I remember right, I don't think Gran Turismo is a sim racer. At least I don't know. I haven't played Gran Turismo since Gran Turismo 5 on my PS3. I used to be a Gran Turismo fan until I played Forza. Do I think Gran Turismo has some better things over Forza? Yes, but Forza definitely is the overall better game. And Gran Turismo I never played in VR, and nor have I played it with the PSVR. He said it was the PSVR is built for a PS5, yes, but it's fine on a PC, and he was just saying that he doesn't believe VR should be made for anything else because it doesn't work well, which is wrong. And he's also shitting on it coming to PC. At least it sounds like he's shitting on it. It's hard to explain. He was talking about a sim racer. Sim racing, for basically racing in VR, and how I guess PC doesn't have any good sim racers compared to Sony's Gran Turismo, which is bullshit, but like, in my personal opinion, there's tons of VR racing games on PC that would beat Gran Turismo in VR. Gran Turismo, again, is not a bad game, and it's not bad in VR either. People like it. It's good. And I would definitely play it in VR as well. But he was just saying, for some reason, what it sounds like, the reason why he thinks it's going to be bad coming to PC is because you can't play Gran Turismo in VR on PC. And it'd be bad for PlayStation. But here's the thing. PlayStation games and Xbox games are coming to PC now. The only ones that are being left behind... I'm not even going to show my Switch because I feel like Nintendo's going to fucking copyright me, because they copyright strike me anything to do with the Nintendo's fucking Switch. They're probably going to copyright strike me just by saying its fucking name. Nintendo is too far up their ass to bring any of their exclusives to PC or on any other console as well. And I think Nintendo's very bad for that. And you might be like, well, they need exclusives to make a console, and that is fair, fine, yeah, sometimes you do need those exclusives. Look at what happened to Microsoft Xbox. And I'm not here to shit on consoles, by the way, I want to make that clear. PC isn't innocent either with some of their things, like, I will admit that, like, with the Epic Games Store and shit like that. Shit hits the fan too on PC. I'm unbiased, right? So I like all the consoles. I like, I'm mostly on PC now. Like 99% of the time you're gonna see me on PC, especially because I love VR so much. And so what I'm getting from this, at least from PlayStation fanboys, is that it's going to be a shit experience on PC. Now, there's only one downside, and my camera's going blurry again. Sorry, let me fix that. There is one huge downside, and you need a really good Bluetooth connection. It's not too expensive for a Bluetooth adapter. It's like $16. You need a 5.0 adapter. Sony recommends some of them, but it's not really a recommendation. It's just a guess if they will work, because they said it's not 100% if it's going to work or not. You do need at least I think a strong PC to run this, because the HP Reverb G2 is 2160 by 2160 per eye, and the PSVR is 2000 by 2040 per eye, which is, it's lower resolution than the G2, yes, but I guess its pixel density is what helps it get close to the G2's visual quality still. Even with the lower resolution, it gets really close to the G2's resolution. And it will run better because of its lower resolution, at least I hope so, because like VR is weird. Sometimes actually VR headsets will run worse than others even though it has a low resolution. For an example, my Vive Pro in the back there, you can see it, it's hiding away in the darkness, it's right there. It actually runs slightly worse than my G2. It does have a lot more frequent frame drops than my G2 does. My G2 just cuts the frame rate in half if it's too much being in 4K for my PC to handle. It'll just drop it down to like 60 or 50 FPS if the game is hard to run in 4K. But with my Vive, it'll just go jump down, jump down, jump down, and you can see that jitter. But with the G2, you never really see the jitter. You can notice the frame rate dip down, but it's not a judder. It's just a slow decline in frames, and then it'll go back up. And it actually, that fall and then that rise back up in frame rate is very smooth transition on the G2. It doesn't feel like it's lagging too bad. But with the Vive, it feels super jittery and shit. But with the psvr2, I don't know if that's gonna happen, so I shouldn't really say it's probably gonna run better than G2. It might, but that's not, again, I need it to test it. I don't have one. I shouldn't have an opinion on what it does and what it doesn't do. But again, what is happening with VR headsets is that it looks like the psvr2 is very recommended, at least with some of the YouTubers I have seen on it. So I think that's a good thing. I'm happy for Sony actually selling these for once. And even at its original price, since it's on PC now, I still can't even complain about its price, especially because that's the cheapest native VR headset you can get right now. It's like the G2 replacement HP Reverb G2 owners need. So do I recommend the psvr2 to you if you have an HP Reverb G2? Yeah, go for it. I think it would be a good upgrade. The only two downgrades you're gonna get from it is what I think you're gonna get down from it. Well, three things. I think you're gonna get three downgrades. If you can't get used to the mirror, that's gonna get annoying. Which I think that's the least of your worries. Mirror eventually in the back of your mind is going to disappear, and I wonder if you can fix that through software. I feel like you probably can. It's just tricky to fix through software, but I feel like maybe they can. And then, the other two downgrades you'd get from going from the G2 to the PSVR2 is you would lose good microphone and the headphones. You'll lose those things. You would have to supply your own headphones, and the microphone of the PSVR2 isn't the best, but at least what I've heard, especially playing cross-platform with Pavlov, with PlayStation players, it sounds better than a Quest 3, a Quest 2, and a Vive Pro, original Vive, and Vive Pro 2 microphone. So, I mean, at least there's that. It sounds better than those until you scream into its mic, and then it sounds like a screechy mess. And it also sounds better than the Rift S, and it's a way better headset than the Rift S if you're still stuck on the Rift S. Even the Quest 2 would be a bigger upgrade over the Rift S. Honestly, any modern headset right now would be a big upgrade over the Rift S. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of the Rift S, I'm sorry. I'm just not. Which I have tried that headset. It's not a good headset. I find that, the reason why I make the argument saying that the G2 has better tracking than the Rift S, even though it has an extra camera on top, is because when you can see it in Markiplier's videos with Five Nights at Freddy's, when you reach out too far for some reason, if you extend your arm the furthest it can, like right at that point, the controller will just stop tracking for like a couple of seconds, and sometimes you have to move it just to get it to snap back in place and it'll move again, and that was very annoying. That's besides the point, but everything else is an upgrade on the PSVR2 over the G2, by the way, so I do recommend G2 owners to get a PSVR2 if you're worried about the G2 dying. As for me, I'm gonna stick with my G2 until I can get a PSVR, and then I might make the switch over, or I switch to a Valve Index, which I don't want to do. I like the Valve Index, but its resolution is so poor for today's standards, and I'm a visual fanatic in VR, so, and I know the Index is not a visual headset. It's actually, right now in the modern day, I think it's actually the worst VR headset, at least one of the worst for visual quality. And I'll never get used to its lenses. If I couldn't get used to the Vive lenses over there, and the Vive lenses are fucking bad, like, the fucking Nintendo Switch Labo has better VR lenses, and that's not even a joke. I'm sorry, that's not me, like, that's not me over-exaggerating or actually actively shitting on the Vive, because its OLED is great. The lenses are actually worse than the Nintendo Switch Labo VR fucking kit, and I'm not joking when I say that. I have a Nintendo Switch Labo VR. You've seen me use that on the channel and still talk about Nintendo Switch Labo VR. The lenses are actually not too bad on that thing, believe it or fucking not. Anyway, that's about it. A little bit of a comparison, kind of like talking about the PSVR 2 on PC. Is it worth it on PC? Yes, you can use it as just a PSVR headset for PC, or you can use it with your PS5, or you can use it with both. It's a hybrid headset, basically. Kind of like the Quest 2 and Quest 3, where you can use it either on its own, or you can use it with a PC. But with the PS5 VR, you can use it with a PS5 or a PC, which I think is awesome. And its controllers are nice, too. As you can tell, I'm sick. Like, you can hear it. Oh, fuck, man. Anyway. Oh, my nose is not okay. I'm trying not to let it leak on camera. That's gonna be disgusting. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm losing it right now. I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing the plot. Wow. An actual video I got to the end of without ranting about dumb shit. I'm sorry. I'm just out of it right now. Anyway, do I recommend the PSVR 2? Yes, I do. Judging on what people are saying, judging what people are doing with it, I think it works for those who want a visual quality bump from the Valve Index and want a bigger FOV than the Valve Index, which the Index is no slouch in FOV. Like, that's already really good, but, if you want an upgrade over FOV with the Valve Index and you want that visual bump, it's a way better headset than the Valve Index. It just is. Just not in tracking, microphone, and headphones, though, unfortunately. Same thing as the G2, actually. Except for the tracking part. That's actually better than the G2's, but the headphones and microphones are going to be the downgrade that people are not going to be happy with. But if you're fine and still keen with the Valve Index, it's still a good headset to stick with. It's not terrible. It's just, unfortunately, its visual quality is terrible for today's standards. And you are missing out on stuff, trust me. Judging that the Vive Pro has the same resolution as the Valve Index, I can kind of make and I have tried a Valve Index way in the past. I'm saying right now, its visual quality compared to that of the G2, Big Screen Beyond, or a PSVR 2 for that matter. Like, even the Quest 2, it's not good. It's fallen off hard. The visual quality of the Valve Index. I do wish they put a higher resolution screen in there. Even for its time, I wish they put a higher screen in there. Higher resolution screen. But I'm not complaining too much. Well, it does sound like I'm complaining, but again, the Index is not a bad headset. I know it sounds like I'm shitting on it, but I'm not. It's not bad. Anyway, that's about the PSVR 2. That's all I have for today. This was Pira. Like if you liked, dislike if you disliked. Hit that subscribe button if you do this channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any more of my content. This is Pira. Stay cool. Until I feel better, I'll make more videos, and stay the fuck out of my fridge. Get the psvr2 if you're a newcomer to PC VR. I think it would be a lot better than the Quest 3 and Quest 2. Because then you won't have those video compression artifacts. Anyway, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.